pretty lethal. It's pretty lethal being able to have a lot of off-ball action for those guys, and as soon as they get any daylight, just finding a way to get them to rock and them being aggressive.
He played great in those 2 games. Kind of what we expected. He's not afraid of the moment.
The biggest storyline for the NBA playoffs for me, at least so far, has been the Golden State Warriors. Well, at least for the Western Conference of the NBA playoffs so far. And in this video, I wanted to break down what makes the Golden State Warriors so great and how they were able to recapture their magic from the mid-2010s by doing what they did in the 2010s to make their team so great to begin with. So before we get to the content, make sure you check out our Discord community in the description down below. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. You might be wondering, why am I so energetic today? And that's because I just had the greatest nights of sleep in my entire life, and that's thanks to Blissy. If you don't know what Blissy is, they are a company that creates these incredible pillowcases designed to give you better skin, better sleep, and better hair. Each pillowcase is made out of 100% mulberry silk, which in my opinion is absolutely crucial, especially if you're a person that has night sweats like me, because mulberry silk is moisture wicking and can reduce hair breakage by 43% while you're sleeping because of how smooth this bad boy is. All I'm gonna say is last week I was sleeping horrifically, getting about 5 hours of sleep per night. And then the moment I got this package 2 days ago and I swapped my pillowcase, I started sleeping 9 hours a night. Blissy silk fibers are less absorbent than cotton, which is kind of game changing, especially if you have a pillowcase that looks like this. If you have acne especially, you could understand that those oils getting on your pillowcase could be contributing to your acne. And right now, when you go to blissy.com/FlightMike, you'll get 30% off of your order and free worldwide shipping. Get your energy back, sleep better, and even improve your hair and skin with Blissy silk pillowcases. That's BLISSY/FlightMike, or just click on the link below to have the code automatically applied to your order. And thank you, Blissy, for being today's sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Golden State Warriors have been searching for the third Splash Brother ever since the departure of Kevin Durant. Although I don't necessarily consider Kevin Durant to have ever been a Splash Brother, more of a mercenary that the Golden State Warriors were able to hire to make their team a super team for 3 years. Once Kevin Durant departed, a lot of analysts thought that the Golden State Warriors would never be the same team again. And for a period of time, it did look like that was going to be the case, because following Durant's departure, the Golden State Warriors have invested heavily in trying to fill his void, starting with directly trading Kevin Durant in a sign and trade agreement that eventually got him traded to his current team, the Brooklyn Nets. They traded Durant for a player that they thought could somewhat replace some of his production: D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell was the perfect experiment for the Golden State Warriors. Coming at a time that Klay Thompson was injured, it was the perfect time to find another guard that could work well synergistically with Steph Curry. But unfortunately, that was a gigantic failure, and the Golden State Warriors would pull the plug on the experiment just 5 months in. Why did they do that? Considering the fact that D'Angelo Russell was a former number 2 overall pick that had the ability to create for teammates and to create his own shot. Before we mentioned the fact that he was a career 35% three-point shooter, why would the Golden State Warriors give up on D'Angelo Russell so quickly? The primary issue was D'Angelo Russell failed to play defense, and what shocked all of us, at least what shocked me, is he completely disappeared when he was off the ball, which is shocking because it was identified as a huge strength of his when he was coming out of Ohio State and declaring for the NBA draft. A few months after the D'Angelo Russell experiment, the Golden State Warriors would pull the plug and trade D'Angelo Russell for Andrew Wiggins, a player that at the time was perceived to be the worst contract in the league and damaged goods for the most part, but with tremendous 3-and-D potential, and not to mention jump out of the gym athleticism. Little did the Golden State Warriors know that they had their third Splash Brother on the team all along. The biggest storyline for the Golden State Warriors during this young playoff run was not Steph Curry, it wasn't Klay Thompson or Draymond Green, hell, it wasn't even Andrew Wiggins, it was Jordan Poole. the 28th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, who was peaking at the most opportune time for the Golden State Warriors. In the beginning of the season, we saw flashes from Jordan Poole, primarily in what he provides when defenses are focused on Steph Curry, which is something that D'Angelo Russell was lacking tremendously, and that was his ability to make the most out of his off-the-ball opportunities. Jordan Poole is incredible at positioning himself to take advantage of a defense that is locked in on Steph Curry through his off-ball movement. Seems like common sense to us all, but this is actually a fundamental part of the Golden State Warriors offense. Everyone is so locked in on making sure Steph Curry doesn't hit an open three that they completely forget that there is 4 other individuals on the court that they need to guard at all times. And this is where Jordan Poole shines. I mean, take a look at this play over here. Now here's an additional example from Joe Verret from Twitter of Jordan Poole executing the Horns flex to perfection. And in both of these scenarios, bear in mind Steph Curry isn't even on the court, and Jordan Poole wasn't this player when he was coming out of the NBA draft either. This was something that the Golden State Warriors had to develop, and it's something that is a signature component of their offense, especially now that they are at full strength and defenses are probably more focused on making sure that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson don't catch fire from 3, especially when they feature Jordan Poole in a lineup with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. It's even more vital that Jordan Poole has the capability of running these concepts to perfection. Another thing that is commonly slept on is Jordan Poole's improvement as a jump shooter, primarily when he has abilities to just catch and shoot the ball. During his rookie season, Jordan Poole had a catch and shoot success rate of 29.9% and improved to a 37.8% shooter during his sophomore season, which improved to a 38% this past year. Where Poole shines is in his ability to create his own shots as well. He's not necessarily just spotting up next to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, hoping that everyone forgets that he exists. He takes what's his at moments that he needs to do so. Now, Jordan Poole has also demonstrated an ability to be fairly adept in the pick and roll as well, which is a staple of the Golden State Warriors offense, pick and rolls with Draymond Green, which typically leads to Draymond Green making the additional pass for a wide open 3 or just finishing at the cup all by himself. Now, Jordan Poole isn't necessarily remarkable at this, but he's shown a proficiency at being able to make the right play more often than not, and it's still a skill that he is developing at this time. He's not necessarily known for his great playmaking abilities, but when he is tasked with doing it at times, he has proven that he makes the right play more often than not. I would say he's about an above average playmaker, and when you couple that with an ability to create his own shot, that proves to be incredibly deadly. I feel like a huge part of Jordan Poole's success is primarily due to the fact that Steph Curry missed significant time at the end of this season, which subsequently resulted in him playing significantly more minutes per game, going from playing about 20 to 30 minutes per game to 30 to 40 minutes per game. He had multiple 30+ point games during this last stretch of the season, which obviously does wonders in building a young basketball player's confidence, especially a player that is only in his 3rd season in the NBA. So when you place Steph Curry back in the lineup, which technically is something that hasn't happened yet, Steph Curry has been a 6th man during the entirety of the series versus the Denver Nuggets, and you feature him alongside Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney after spending an entire month resting Steph Curry, then building up Jordan Poole's confidence, you get one of the scariest lineups in the NBA. Yet, this still isn't the best lineup that the Golden State Warriors could put out there. My absolute favorite lineup that I feel like is going to absolutely decimate opposing teams, that I feel like they're waiting just until the right time to really abuse this lineup, is a lineup that features Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green. The ultimate small ball lineup, which could easily be the most terrifying lineup in all of basketball. In game 1, we saw Jordan Poole go 9 of 13 from the field for 30 points, while Steph Curry was a tad bit rusty and still scoring 16 points on 5 of 13 from the field. But game 2 truly showed us a glimpse of what this Warriors team was capable of when every single player was feeling it. Draymond Green grabbed 3 steals and dished 6 assists. Andrew Wiggins was 5 of 9 from the field for 13 points. Klay Thompson was 9 of 19 for 21 points, and Jordan Poole was 10 10 of 16 for 29 points, with Steph Curry scoring 12 of 17 for 34 points off of the bench. This team is clearly scratching the surface of its potential at the most opportune time, and I can't wait to see what happens when they face off against teams like the Grizzlies or the Phoenix Suns. The Golden State Warriors easily recaptured the magic of what makes them great, and once again, they did it internally, through the NBA draft and from the remarkable development of their players. And we are watching it pay off through the brilliant performances of the three Splash Brothers. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.